Hello and welcome back to Better Than Adventure. I'm gonna be expanding this. I'm gonna be adding the ceiling. So I'm gonna just, yeah, go up like this. Come on. Yeah, I have nothing interesting to really say. I'm just maybe a tiny bit exhausted. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, I should take a... Yeah. I'll take the venison. See how much it heals me. Hmm. Aww. Almost made it. No. This is gonna take, like, 50 years, man. There we go. Do I? No, yeah, I'll just mirror it. Well, not mirror it, but, like, copy the torches so they're symmetrical. Come on. Yeah, I mean... Something which I was kind of thinking about for a while. Sometimes I'll just go online and search for, like, really old Minecraft Let's Plays, or just in general forum posts, where the images still exist, so that I can steal ideas from some of the old bases. This is obviously because, as you can probably imagine, I'm a huge fan of, like, the old sort of building style, right? Like, the modern building style I see in Minecraft, a lot of it relies on, like, mixing and matching blocks in ways that feel unnatural to me. So that's why, like, in my modern world, a lot of the builds still have a style that in some ways still looks and feels like a little bit out of date. In the sense that, like, it kind of looks like something you would expect more to see, like, back in the day, in the sense that, like, one big thing which I don't like, and a lot of people do nowadays, is mixing, like, a bunch of, like, instead of making a wall that's just stone, they'll try to texture it a little bit. So there's some stone, then maybe a few cobblestone blocks or bricks. And it just kind of ends up looking, kind of weird. I really enjoy the clean look of just, like, having something be a block, and then, you would add a detail to it, for instance, by maybe adding some more, by maybe doing stuff with patterns, maybe, like, if I was doing, like, imagine if this here, I added, like, an extra thing over here, so that it had a bit more structure, but I wouldn't, like, replace some of these with cobblestone. I feel like that'd just look ugly. And yeah, I really like the thing which I really liked about the old builds is that they were made at a time before any real building tutorials existed. So people, because the issue with building tutorials is though they will generally help people who don't know anything how to build better stuff, they also kind of have the side effect of making it so people's builds sort of coalesce into the style of the YouTuber they watch, which just generally I would argue isn't really the best for a game where creativity in your builds is so important. Also, yeah, this is being made out of slabs for two reasons. Reason number one, they're cheaper. And reason number two, I don't know, what else would you want me to make it out of? I feel like slabs are the best option here. But yeah. Did I misplay something? No, nothing. I really love this view. Maybe I should plant some trees over there, though. Turn it into a bit of a park, maybe? Yeah. Maybe. Oh, damn it. Oh, I have auto walk. So it's fine. Okay. Uh, damn it. Damn it. Come on. Oh. Intriguing. Come on. We still have a lot of stone. No, damn it. Hmm. Damn it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes things are a little bit relaxing. There we go. Yeah. I'm just like wondering now, like in terms of oh yeah, I'm just kind of internally wondering um specifically about like a lot of old YouTube stuff. Mainly just like every single time, what it boils down to is, you know, back in the day, there was only like a popularity incentive rather than a profit incentive, which meant that when people did things, they did them, you know, because either they want to be popular or they want to do this, but there was no like monetary incentive. So it was like, you know, sort of disincentivized to make slop. Uh, in a way, when Let's Plays were new, they were derided, you know, because they were so low effort to make in comparison to a lot of other content. Really, the difference between a Let's Play and like an edited video segment, like, you know, the video per video, the Let's Play was lower effort to make, but you know, when you're making an LP, you have to be in the mood for it. You can't just say, fuck it, I'll just do the, you know, you kind of have to be in the mood and the headspace. Obviously, back then it was a little bit different, you know, and even, you know, when I'm playing today, I'm kind of, you know, it's about finding a balance, really, and you know, between talking too much and talking too little. And in my case, um I've been trying to find my own balance. I've been trying to see, you know, because, you know, it's the proactive reactive thing, you know? Um, some people like me, I would argue more proactive than reactive, especially when I'm playing a game like Minecraft or Earth Defense Force, where I'm mostly just doing the thing and rambling, rather than, you know, if I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles, where again, you know, if I'm doing story stuff, I would comment on that. But if I'm just doing, I guess it's a bad example, right? Because if you're just doing whatever in Xenoblade, you're also gonna ramble. But yeah, there's the So proactive is just, like, finding things to talk about that you find interesting while playing, like I am now. And reactive is obviously just, like, you know, whoa, something happened, I have to react to it. Oh my god, guys, he's using his ultimate move. That kind of stuff. By the way, you now go down to 1.5 blocks, which I don't mind, but I do mind how the camera bobs always, like, whenever they add this function, the camera always bobs down a little bit more than I find comfortable. And it's not really that noticeable, but I can just sniff it out a tiny bit. But yeah, the thing is, right, it's an energy thing. I can only record so many episodes of something every day before both my, you know, before I just, like, lose the steam. So it's all about, like, provisioning that steam. Like, when I was younger, I could have done this, like, more. I know when I was, like... Obviously, it depends, right? I've had situations where I've cranked out a bunch of videos in one day, but, like, you know... Oh, fuck. When I was, like, 16 or whatever... Was I 16? I don't remember. Back when, like, you know, but around those days, you know, especially with, like, high school and stuff, you know, it was a lot easier to just, like, make fucking 10 videos in a day. I guess it was also different when my episodes were, like, shorter back then or whatever. But yeah, like, honestly, like, back when I was younger, it was such a different era for my channel. For those who don't know, my channel was, like... So I had Channel 1, like, 2014. That one had, like, 2 videos, and then the third one was gonna be, like, 17 minutes long. It was of some racing game thing, and it was, like, you know, too long, and I had to verify, and I got mad and quit. The second channel was from 2016 to 2017, and I deleted it, for a variety of reasons. I don't want to go into it right now. And that one was basically just unedited Let's Plays. Not even just screen capturing, uploading the FLV files. And at the very end of that, I started using whatever old version of Sony Vegas my dad still had from God knows so many years ago. I don't even know. Because, you know, he probably just said, fuck it. He got one version from I don't know when. Was it even Vegas? I don't even remember. I don't know. But I used that up until, like, the summer of 2021. Because that's when I upgraded my PC from, like, the juggernaut that was an i7 4790K. No, the non-K for me. But basically that is, like, one of the heroes of PC gaming, because it was just such a long-lasting chip for people. It was, like, it remained relevant as, like, a decent recommended spec, and then later as a decent minimum spec for so long, that, like, people just kept it for, like, a decade. And in my case, the reason why I upgraded was because, well, fuck it, I wanted to upgrade to something. And I got a 5600X that I'm still using now. And that was 5 years ago, shockingly. That's scary. But yeah, back then, as I upgraded, I realized that, like, my video recordings weren't properly being, you know, when I was editing them, when I was rendering them, the performance wasn't there, so I switched from that to some other video editor. And at that point, I realized, you know, I know that there are a lot of these other video editors, like Premiere Pro, but I realized, you know, back then I was, you know, obviously thinking about open source solutions, because I considered myself, you know, obviously open source is the answer, and it was, with Kden Live. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for what I'm using it for, and it's generally pretty fine. There are some frustrations, but it's really stable, shockingly. So there's that. And then the story continues, you know, but yeah, to continue, that's, sorry for the video editing tangent, but back when I did this stuff, in, like, when channel number 3 started, that was this one, in 2017, sadly, a lot of those very early videos were deleted. I don't exactly remember why. It's a shame, really, they weren't anything special. Like, most of the 2017 lineup of karaoke was gone forever. Just permanently gone. The only videos left are 2 Defense Tech videos, and one of the Space Engineers videos, I believe. And they're unlisted for a reason. Anyways, so my story takes me all the way to, like, you know, I made some of the early videos in the same style, unedited, you know, direct uploads. And eventually I started editing my shit, you know, cropping the videos, only capturing the game window, remembering to full screen, that sort of stuff. And the end result of all of that was, still kind of shitty. Because I never upgraded my mic back then. And my microphone was abysmally shit. Oh, I'll have just enough torches. That's good. And so what happened was, I did a few videos, like, I did a bunch of videos on automation and BeamNG Drive. None of them did, well, some of them got, like, 1,000 views or whatever, and then 2 of them where I modified car files to go first to 600,000 and then to 10 million RPM. Those ones did really well. However, most of the videos weren't that interesting at all, because, the ideas, like, those kinds of videos, I feel, are more interesting if you're watching me as somebody who you already kind of know, and you want to see the kind of monsters I can make, rather than videos that you would watch if you don't know who I am. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't. And then things really changed when I got my new mic back in, like, 2021 in September, because that's the mic I'm still using. It's just filtered a lot better because I've gotten better at audio. That's actually, funnily enough, back in, I think it was 2022 or 2023. No, it was a mixture of 2020. Basically, the whole reason why I joined, like, YouTubers, those communities, was to get feedback on my tech setup. On, like, am I utilizing the stuff correctly? Can I make this sound better? Can I make this look better? That's why I was there. For my thumbnails, I was in a, I was in a random Discord voice call. Shit! Oh, great. Okay, well, thankfully I can go into the nether. Yeah, I'm happy I placed that portal now. But yeah, and the MLG water bucket drop would not have saved me, sadly. But yeah, so there's that whole story, right? And, basically, like, you know, when I was there, I was basically just doing that forever. Wrong way. When I started doing the Let's Plays, I did those for a while, and I started doing... Because, you know, before that I kind of did them, but they never really went anywhere. Because there were some games that I played... Oh, I don't want to use... Okay, fuck it. I'm just entering creative mode so I can find the items. Where did you go? Huh? Oh! Is that it? Well... I don't have OCD, but it still bugs me a little bit. Is that it? I normally wouldn't cheat. By the way, this is how I forget what I was doing, but this is how I figured there was a spawner down here. I mentioned this in a few episodes ago. That there's, like, a spawner down there. Yeah, that's why I discovered it. Anyways, shit. As I was saying, the thing which changed was that back in the... So basically, like, you know... When I started slowly making videos and that sort of stuff, but basically, I've always loved Let's Plays. I don't know why. I like my well-edited videos, but It's because I watched so many Let's Plays as a kid. Even to fucking today, I watched stuff. Because people, this is like the sort of, good YouTuber advice. Always, like, whenever you want to make videos, think to yourself, not only what videos would you enjoy making, but what videos do you enjoy watching? What if I enjoy watching Let's Plays? Okay, the videos I watched today had like they were a few years old and had like 500 to 1,000 views per video. It was on Lakeview Cabin 2. Because I remember when Lakeview Cabin 2 got big, that people only played the first level and then moved on. And I realized, well, I'm not gonna fucking play the game. I wonder what's in the other levels. So I looked up somebody playing those episodes, and somebody was, and I watched them. What's funny is, some of my Let's Play episodes have like 500, 1,000 views. Not 1,000 as much, but like definitely in the like mid to high hundreds. And they're always very specific episodes. I can sometimes see this by, but this is how it works when you're doing Let's Plays. You'll have like seemingly random episodes kick up in view count, but that's because like Wario World has recently been getting a decent chunk of views because it's on NSO. And so people are watching my video because I got every collectible while I was playing, even if I myself was using other people's fucking tutorials to finish, like, fucking Pecan Sands. God, I hate that level so much. I got so mad at the fucking, like, final thing you have to do before you reach the top. I got so fucking mad, I still remember how fucking mad I was at one of the jumps. It was genuinely... it was genuinely insane how fucking angry that those fucking jumps made me, because it was the most tedious shit. Like, it's a beat-em-up. It doesn't have precise platforming physics, and the shit it asked me to do was, like, I had to, like, there were these big shovel enemies, and I had to punch them into the wall and then jump onto them. But the issue is that the enemies would really quickly... like, switch back to, like, not being stunned, so there was almost no time to actually, like, go up, and I had to rely on the enemy spawning, and it was a miserable experience, okay? It was a miserable experience. But anyways, yeah, like, those videos just go up in views sometimes randomly, as people will watch them, because, people are curious. Yeah, so, okay. What I've been doing here is good. But yeah, these two are going to be the most boring ones, and then this one's going to be the longest one. Yeah. It is nice, at least when I jump down here, I don't have to fall, like, deep into the water and then swim back up. So I'll get some of these. I only need 8 for this. And yeah. There we go. And now it's once again time for me to say the good old thing, which is that I'll see you next time, and, goodbye. Because next time, we have to do a lot more of the stuff I've been doing already. So hopefully, you're excited for that. See you next time, goodbye.